Bruce Lee once punched the ocean in frustration, and what happened next crystallized a philosophy born from a solitary moment on a boat in the South China Sea, where he realized that the softest thing in the world could outlast the hardest. What happened next rewired his entire philosophy. Be Water, My Friend, by Shannon Lee. Audiobook summary and review by StoryShots. Bruce Lee did not become a legend by staying rigid. He became one by learning, from a solitary moment on a boat in the South China Sea, that the softest thing in the world could outlast the hardest. That single memory sits at the heart of Be Water, My Friend, in which Shannon Lee unpacks her father's philosophies as tools for personal growth and self-actualization. The myth of strength through force. Most people equate strength with force. Push harder, grip tighter, refuse to bend. The truth runs the opposite way. Rigidity is what breaks first. When man is living, he is soft and pliable. When he is dead, he becomes rigid. Pliability is life. Rigidity is death, whether we speak of body, mind, or spirit. Think about the last argument you refused to let go of, the plan you clung to after it stopped working. That stubbornness felt like strength. It was actually the thing draining you. Rigidity does not protect you. It just makes the fall harder when it finally comes. Every time you dig in instead of adjusting, you choose the exhausting path on purpose. Emptying the cup you don't know you're carrying. Nobody wants to be called a master forever. Once you say you have reached the top, there is nowhere to go but down. So the eternal student keeps emptying the cup instead of filling it once and calling it done. Emptying your mind does not mean forgetting everything you know. It means meeting each interaction without the burden of judgment already loaded in. Most people walk into new situations armed with conclusions formed years ago. That is not learning. That is confirming what you already believed. Notice how often you decide you are right before hearing the other side. But knowing you should stay open is not the same as knowing how to do it when your ego is on the line. What happens when the water gets punched? The idea was not theory. It was tested with fists against the sea, and the sea won without even trying. A punch thrown in fury got absorbed instantly. A grab came up empty, the water slipping through fingers, untouched and unbothered. That is the detail almost nobody sits with. The water was never resisting. It was adapting instantly and without judgment the moment contact was made. It did not decide whether the punch was fair, it simply moved. The instant you stop labeling a setback as good or bad and just respond to what it actually is, the pain shrinks before you even solve the problem. The faster you stop insisting life should be different than it is, the faster the suffering ends. If this shifted how you see obstacles in your own life, someone you know is probably white-knuckling through a hard week and needs to hear it too. Final summary. This summary of Be Water, My Friend traced one thread. Rigidity quietly costs more than it protects. Emptying your mind is what makes adaptability possible. And water's real lesson is that acceptance ends suffering faster than resistance ever could. Untouched here are the eightfold path for pulling yourself out of a genuinely hard season, the story behind Bruce Lee's private philosophy document, and the practice of treating fear as information rather than an enemy, all explored through Shannon Lee's own journey putting these lessons into practice. If you are navigating a career pivot, a hard relationship, or a stretch of life refusing to go as planned, this one is for you. For the full summary of Be Water, My Friend, including the complete infographic and animated video breakdown, head to the StoryShots app.